Sheriff Clayton's hand freezes on the screen door handle behind him. 8-year-old Mercy stands in the dim kitchen, her bare feet planted beside a dark stain spreading across the pine boards. "What did you say, child? If you leave now, Mama will never wake again." Clayton turns. The girl's eyes are too old, too knowing for her age. Her mother lies crumpled beside the overturned kitchen table, auburn hair fanned across broken dishes and scattered mail. "Your mom is just sleeping, Mercy." "No, sir, she ain't. Girl, I need to call this in. She's got the sickness in her head, the one that makes her forget things." Clayton steps back inside, letting the screen door slam. The house smells like copper pennies and something else. Fear. Maybe 3 days since anyone saw Rachel Holloway in town. 3 days since she missed her shift at the diner, where half the county comes for coffee and gossip. "When's the last time she spoke to you?" "Tuesday morning, right before you came by." The words hit him like cold water. Clayton's jaw tightens and his hand moves instinctively to his badge. "I never came here on Tuesday." "Yes, sir, you did." Mercy walks to the kitchen window and points toward the dirt road outside. Fresh tire tracks cut deep grooves in the mud from yesterday's rain. "That's your truck's mark right there. Daddy taught me to read tracks before the cancer got him." Clayton's radio crackles from his belt, dispatch calling for his 20. He reaches down and clicks it off without responding. "What exactly did you see Tuesday?" "Mercy, you and Mama talking real quiet by the porch. Then you left real fast. Then she got the shaking sickness and went to get Daddy's lockbox." The child kneels beside her mother, placing a small hand on Rachel's forehead. No movement, no breath missing. In the cool morning air streaming through the open door, "She ain't sleeping, Sheriff Clayton. She's waiting for what? For someone to tell the truth about what's been happening to the women around here." Clayton looks down at the blood on the floorboards, then at the overturned furniture, then at the child whose stare never wavers from his face. "Mercy, where's that lockbox now?" The girl points toward the back bedroom, and Clayton notices her small hand is shaking. Clayton follows the trail of muddy footprints toward the bedroom, his boots creaking on the old floorboards. The lockbox sits open on the unmade bed, empty except for a single photograph and an official letter bearing the county seal. "Don't touch that." He turns. Mercy stands in the doorway blocking his exit. "Child, I need to see what's in there." "No, sir, you don't." Clayton reaches for the photograph anyway. It shows a younger Rachel standing beside 3 other women outside the courthouse. All 4 are smiling. All 4 are dead now except Rachel. "Where did the other things go?" "Mercy, Mama hid them where same place she hid the recordings." The blood drains from Clayton's face. He picks up the letter with shaking hands. It's addressed to Rachel's late husband, dated 2 years ago, a formal notice about witness protection relocation. "Your daddy was going to testify about something, wasn't he? About the women who went missing, about who was making them disappear." Clayton's radio crackles again. This time, he answers. "Clayton here, Sheriff. We got 3 more missing person reports filed this morning. All women, all from the same area as the others." He clicks off and looks at Mercy. "How long has your mama been like this?" "Since Tuesday, right after you told her to keep quiet or bad things would happen." "To me, I never said that you did. I heard every word from the closet where Mama told me to hide." Clayton walks back toward the kitchen where Rachel lies motionless. Her breathing is so shallow that he has to lean close to hear it. "She's not dying, is she?" "Mercy, no, sir. She's waiting for what? For you to decide if you're gonna help us or hurt us." Clayton kneels beside Rachel and notices something he missed before. Her right hand is clenched tight around something small. He tries to pry her fingers open, but they won't budge. She's holding onto the truth. "Sheriff, question is, are you brave enough to hear it outside?" The sound of approaching vehicles echoes across the hollow. The approaching vehicles grow louder. Clayton hears doors slamming, boots on gravel. Mercy runs to the front window and peers through the faded curtains. It's Deputy Morris and 2 others. "I don't know, get away from there. Why you scared of your own men?" Clayton tries again to open Rachel's clenched fist. This time her fingers relax slightly, revealing a small brass key. "What's this?" "Open, Mercy, the real lockbox. The one Daddy hid under the floorboards." Heavy footsteps climb the porch steps. A sharp knock echoes through the house. "Sheriff Clayton, you in there?" Mercy grabs Clayton's sleeve. "Don't let them in yet, please." "Why not?" "Because once they see Mama like this, they'll take her away, and then nobody will ever know the truth about what happened to all those women. Clayton looks down at the key, then at Rachel, then at the child, whose eyes hold more pain than any 8-year-old should carry. Clayton Morris shouts from outside, "We need to talk. Show me the real lockbox first," Clayton whispers to Mercy. She leads him to the corner of the bedroom and points to a loose floorboard. Clayton pries it up with the key underneath. Sits a metal box twice the size of the one on the bed. Inside are dozens of photographs, newspaper clippings, and a thick folder marked with the state seal. Jesus Christ, Daddy said some words can't be unsaid. Some debts can't be paid with money. Clayton flips through the photographs. Women from the county spanning back 30 years, all missing, all presumed dead, all connected to the same men whose names appear over and over in the official documents. How many people knew about this? Just Daddy and Mama, and now you, Mercy. Why didn't your parents go to the authorities? Because the authorities are the ones making the women disappear. The knocking grows. More insistent. Morris tries the door handle. Your Daddy was gathering evidence against cops, against everyone, sheriffs, judges, the governor's office, anyone who got paid to look the other way. Clayton finds a photograph of himself shaking hands with a man he recognizes from the news, a man who ran for governor last year. Some debts can only be paid in blood, Sheriff. That's what Daddy always said. The front door creaks open. Sheriff, you in there? Morris calls from the front room. Clayton quickly stuffs the photographs back into the hidden lockbox. Mercy grabs his wrist. Wait, look at that one. She points to a newspaper clipping dated 15 years ago. The headline reads, "Governor's Daughter Missing After Campus Incident." Below it, a photograph of a young woman with auburn hair and familiar eyes. That's Mama. Clayton stares at the clipping. Rachel Holloway was Rachel Morrison before marriage, the governor's daughter who supposedly died in a car accident during college. Your mother faked her death. Daddy helped her. She found out about the missing women back then. Her own father was covering it up. Heavy footsteps move through the house toward the bedroom. Clayton Morris shouts, "What the hell happened here?" Be right there. Mercy pulls out another clipping. This one shows the current governor at a campaign rally 2 years ago. The same man from the photograph with Clayton. "He's been looking for Mama this whole time, ever since Daddy got sick and couldn't protect us anymore." How do you know all this? Because I can read, and because grown-ups think children don't listen. Morris appears in the bedroom doorway and resting on his weapon. Jesus, Clayton. Is that Rachel Holloway? She's alive. Barely. What happened to her? Clayton looks at Mercy, then back at Morris. Don't know yet. Morris walks closer to Rachel's unconscious form. Looks like someone worked her over pretty good. She fell, Mercy says quietly. That right. Morris kneels beside Rachel and lifts her eyelid. Pupils are blown wide. This looks like poison to me. Clayton feels the hidden lockbox beneath the loose floorboard. All that evidence, all those missing women, all connected to men who are supposed to protect and serve. Morris, call the paramedics. Already did. They're 20 minutes out. Mercy tugs on Clayton's sleeve again. She ain't gonna make it 20 minutes, Sheriff, not unless you help her. How? Tell the truth about Tuesday, about what you really came here to do. Clayton's radio crackles to life with sudden clarity. The voice cuts through the static like a blade. All units, we have 3 bodies recovered from the old Morrison wells. Repeat, 3 female bodies recovered. Morris freezes. Clayton's blood turns to ice water. Morrison wells. Morris asks, that's governor territory? Mercy looks up from beside her mother. That's where they put the women who wouldn't stay quiet. What did you say, kid? The 3 wells behind the governor's hunting cabin. That's where they dumped the bodies. Clayton grabs Mercy's shoulder. How do you know about those wells? Because Daddy showed me before he died. He said if anything ever happened to Mama, I should tell someone about the wells. The radio crackles again. Sheriff Clayton, respond immediately. We need you at the Morrison property. Morris reaches for his radio, but Clayton stops him. Why not? Because we're next. Mercy stands and walks to the window. 3 more vehicles are coming up the dirt road. Black SUVs with government plates. They're coming for the evidence, aren't they? Yeah, and for Mama. Probably. Mercy turns back to Clayton. Her young face is set with grim determination. They'll make you a deal, Sheriff. What kind of deal? You help me save Mama, and I'll give you everything Daddy collected, every photograph, every recording, every piece of paper that proves what's been happening here. Morris looks between them. What the hell are you talking about? 30 years of missing women, Clayton says quietly. 30 years of cover-ups, you're crazy. Check those wells, Mara, see how crazy I am. The black SUVs pull into the yard, doors slam, heavy boots on gravel. Mercy kneels beside Rachel again and whispers something in her ear for the first time since they arrived. Rachel's eyelids flutter. What did you tell her? Clayton asks. That it's time to wake up, that the men who killed Daddy are here. Rachel's eyes open. She looks directly at Clayton. You came back? Yeah, good, because they're going to kill us all if we don't fight back. A loud knock echoes through the house. Federal agents open up. Rachel struggles to sit up, leaning against the kitchen cabinet where everything started. Mercy helps steady her mother while Clayton faces the front door. Federal agents, this is your final warning. They're not federal agents, Rachel whispers. How do you know? Because real federal agents would have come 3 years ago when my husband first contacted them. Morris draws his weapon. Clayton, what's going on here? Put the gun down, Morris. Not until someone explains what the hell is happening. Rachel reaches into her shirt pocket and pulls out a small recording device. Everything you need to know is on here. 30 years of conversations, 30 years of bribes, 30 years of murdered women. The front door explodes inward. 3 men in dark suits enter with weapons drawn. The lead man is older, gray-haired with cold eyes that settle immediately on Rachel. Hello, daughter. Hello, Governor. Mercy steps between them. You can't have her, child. You don't understand the situation. I understand that you killed my daddy. I understand that you've been killing women who get in your way. And I understand that you're afraid of what Mama knows. The governor signals to his men. They advance into the kitchen. Clayton steps forward. That's far enough, Sheriff. You're out of your jurisdiction here. Actually, I'm not. Clayton unpins his badge and hands it to Mercy. The brass star looks enormous in her small palm. What are you doing? Giving you the authority to make arrests. She's 8 years old. Morris sputters. She's the only honest person in this room. Mercy looks down at the badge, then at her mother, then at the governor. If you stay and face justice, Mama lives. If you run, she dies. And everyone finds out what you did. You think you can threaten me, child? I think 30 years of evidence speaks louder than threats. Rachel activates the recording device. Voices fill the kitchen. Conversations about money, about problems that needed solving, about women who asked too many questions. The governor's face goes white. Some curses can only be broken by choice. Grandpa, choose. Rachel's eyes clear completely as the voices from the recording fill the kitchen. Her own father's voice discussing payment schedules for silence. Clayton's voice agreeing to look the other way. The voices of dead women who trusted the wrong people. Turn it off, the governor commands. No. Mercy clutches the badge tighter. Everyone needs to hear this. Rachel pushes herself to her feet, stronger now than she's been in days. Hello, Father. It's been 15 years. Rachel, you don't understand what you're doing. I understand perfectly. I've been planning this since the day you had my husband killed. Morris lowers his weapon, finally understanding. Jesus Christ, the governor's been running a murder operation for 3 decades. Rachel confirms. Women who got too close to the truth. Women who wouldn't take bribes. Women who couldn't be controlled. Clayton looks at Mercy, still holding his badge. What happens now, Sheriff? Now we arrest the bad guys. One of the governor's men raises his weapon toward Mercy. Clayton moves without thinking, tackling the man to the ground. Morris joins the fight. Rachel grabs the fallen weapon. Stop, the governor shouts. All of you, stop. The room goes silent except for the recording, still playing. A woman's voice begging for her life. The governor's voice ordering her elimination. Mercy walks to her grandfather badge gleaming in her small hand. You chose wrong, Grandpa. I can make this right. I can make all of this go away. No, you can't, because Mama already sent copies of everything to the real federal agents. They're probably here by now. Sure enough, the sound of helicopters fills the air outside. Clayton looks at the governor, then at Rachel, then at the 8-year-old girl holding his badge. I couldn't have left anyway, could I? No, sir. Mercy says some choices get made for us. Rachel takes her daughter's hand. And some choices we make for ourselves. The helicopters land outside. Real federal agents this time, justice wearing a child's face, just like Mercy promised. 6 months later, dawn breaks over hills that no longer hide secrets. Clayton drives the winding roads of the county. His badge restored, his conscience clean. The morning patrol takes him past 3 filled-in wells and a governor's mansion that stands empty. At the Holloway house, Mercy sits on the front porch with a cup of coffee that's mostly milk and sugar. She waves as Clayton's truck pulls into the yard. Morning, Sheriff. Morning, Deputy. Rachel appears in the doorway, color back in her cheeks, strength back in her voice. Everything quiet out there, quiet As it should be, Mercy jumps down from the porch steps and walks to Clayton's truck. She pulls a folded paper from her pocket. Got another letter. Yesterday from a woman. 2 counties over, says her sister went missing 3 weeks ago. Clayton takes the letter and reads it. What do you think? I think bad men don't just disappear. Because we caught some of them. You're probably right. Rachel joins them in the yard. The federal agents want to interview Mercy again next week about the other cases. They're investigating. It'll drive her. Clayton offers no need. Mercy says, I can handle myself. Clayton looks at the 8-year-old girl who brought down a governor and saved her mother's life. I know you can, but you shouldn't have to. Maybe not. But somebody has to watch out for the women who can't watch out for themselves. Mercy pins her honorary deputy badge to her jacket and climbs into Clayton's truck. Where to? First deputy. Same place as always, sheriff. Where the trouble is, they drive toward the rising sun, patrolling roads where women can finally walk without fear.